Select from more than 100 suits in stock, or you can special order the style and fabric of your choice. The possibilities are endless with more than 1,000 fabrics to pick from. Pieces start at just $4.99 for a sofa, and all stock suits at Chesler's are available for immediate delivery, or you can lay it away up to 90 days. Credit terms and delivery are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
Having Hicks & Baugh's drugstore in Uniontown means reliable, quality, and friendly service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller are ready to answer your health questions and handle all your prescriptions. They offer free delivery, mail-out service, and accept all utility payments, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Visit Hicks & Baugh's at 304 Morgantown Street in Uniontown or call 724-437-2828. Open Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday until 3.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is open conversation today. I'm looking forward to talking with you, so give me a call at 724-438-4593. What's on Your Mind brought to you by AR Roofing and Remodeling, Bright Stripes Seal Coating and Line Striping, Madewell Services, full lawn care and cleaning services, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty, Hicks & Baugh's Drugstore, and Gary's Auto Sales. All righty, so let's see here. Couple things on my list. Well, we've heard this before, but researchers think, well, they might have found Noah's Ark, Mount Ararat in Turkey. This latest one, the lead archaeologist in it says that ground-penetrating sonar and I guess images from space that are able to check things out and whatnot, that there's these tunnels under this hill there that's part of Mount Ararat, and he says the shape of everything, this hill, it matches the dimensions of Noah's Ark. These tunnels appear to maybe be like hallways inside the Ark. Possible beams are showing, support beams are showing up. So, and also soil samples from deep in the hillside is nothing like the surrounding soil on the outside. So interesting, to say the least. That's one of those things, Noah's Ark. They keep looking. They think it's the Mount Ararat. Clues in the Bible says that's where it ended up. So we'll see, huh? We'll see. Let's see here. I haven't brought this up before because I haven't really followed it that closely. But since 2022, 13 people, scientists, researchers that are involved in nuclear science research and space research and all affiliated somehow with NASA, have either gone missing or have died. The missing all seem to have something in common, and that's they go for a walk and they leave their keys and their cell phone behind, and they're never seen from again. And some of the deaths have been explained others have not. So it has piqued the interest of the White House. So the FBI is starting to look into this. Is it all strictly coincidence? Are they all tied in together somehow? Who knows? But kind of a, well, it's not kind of, it really is a mystery. So what do you think on that? Donald Trump, president, has extended the ceasefire with Iran for, well, he's not given a timeline other than 3 to 5 days, for the purpose of allowing, and he was requested to do this by the Pakistan government, which has been hosting the peace talks. Basically, it boils down to Iran can't get its stuff together. So the president says here 3 to 5 days for Iran to come together with a unified proposal. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if it's a 3-day ceasefire, if it's a 4-day, if it's a 5-day. We'll see. And I have a feeling that the president really might not, give any more warnings. That's my feeling. That at some point in time during that 3 to 5 days, he's going to say, based off of intelligence, he's going to tell the War Department, start bombing again. So we'll see. We'll see what happens on that. What I kind of find a little interesting here, as a little side story on this 3 to 5 day ceasefire, that, well, Senator Dick Durbin from Illinois, now Senator Durbin, he's a Democrat, and Democrats have been trying to pass a new War Powers Act to force the president to stop hostilities and change the rules and all this other kind of stuff. And a lot of Democrats, not everyone, but a good portion of them have been speaking out. He can't do this. It's an illegal war. You know the talking points. Well, here Senator Durbin has come out in light of this new 3 to 5 day ceasefire that the president is losing credibility with Iran now. Says by saying one thing and then not doing it, he's losing credibility, and Iran just, they're not listening to him anymore because, he doesn't have that credibility. And so when I say, he says one thing and never follows, 2-week ceasefire, if they don't come to the negotiating table, I'm going to start bombing their power plants in the Rhodes. Well, okay, that hasn't happened yet because he's extended a ceasefire, but apparently that is not following through. So your thoughts on that? The Department of Justice has indicted the Southern Poverty Law Center with 11 counts of fraud and false statements to a federally insured bank and conspiracy to conceal money laundering. All this the DOJ in the indictment is alleging that Southern Poverty Law Center improperly raised millions of dollars and used it to pay leaders or members of the KKK and the Aryan Nation and other hate groups for inside information. So part of the indictment is the DOJ is alleging that they're using this donor money to perpetuate hate, to help these entities perpetuate and keep promoting their hate, thereby ensuring the existence of the Southern Poverty Law Center. So your thoughts on that? Is this, one could argue, well, they're doing it for inside information. So, they have, I don't know, facts or stories to go along with other lawsuits. I don't know. So, is this legit? I mean, is this wrong, or is it okay that, in your opinion, that the Southern Poverty Law Center is accused of this, and if found to be true, is this okay? Southern Poverty Law Center, they were founded to fight hate, and to defend those that are victims of hate crimes. So what do you think about that? And then finally, the Commonwealth of Virginia had a special election yesterday, and one of the things that caught the national news is there was a referendum that, if voted yes on, would allow the Virginia legislature to temporarily amend the Virginia Constitution, allowing the state to redistrict their representatives to the House of Representatives. So it's the members that Virginia sends to Congress. And we've seen other things. Texas reapportioned a couple districts. Missouri, I think, did some. But anyway, in this redistricting, which I understand that proponents of this plan, they never really circulated to the Virginia voters what their proposed redistricting would look like. So yesterday, before the vote took place, Virginia had 11 representatives in Congress, 6 Democrats, 5 Republicans. And it really represents the fact that Virginia is a purple state. It's not that it is really labeled as a swing state like Pennsylvania is, like Ohio and Michigan, but Virginia is purple. Yes, its governor is Democrat now, and both houses are Democrat, but it recently had a Republican governor. The leadership in the 2 chambers have been split. So it is a, purple state, maybe leans a little bluer, but still purple. So that 6-5 Democrat to Republican ratio works. With this new possibility now, that changes to 10 Democrats and 1 Republican is the makeup, the potential makeup based off of voters in the new proposed districts. So opponents of this, they had gone to court. The Virginia Supreme Court didn't make a ruling as to whether this was legal or not. They just said until things work its way through the court system, we're going to allow this referendum to take place, which it did yesterday. So now the law fight is gearing up. It's gaining momentum. Opponents say that it goes against that, for one thing, that this referendum came about illegally, that a special session had been called, and the special session lasted far too long, went past its expiration date, if you will, that allowed this referendum to come to be on the ballot. So one, it's illegal that way. Others are saying that the wording in the referendum on the ballot was misleading, and therefore causing the voters not to fully understand what was in the referendum. So we'll see. Now, proponents of this said, well, we need to ensure a fair election, and this referendum is, well, it's designed to rein in Donald Trump and to control him. And this is only temporary. In 2028, we can go back to how it was. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. A lot of people say, yeah, that ain't going to happen. It's going to wait until when the next census takes place in 2030 for realignment, which will take probably until 2032 before you see any kind of realignment. So anyway, the courts could make yesterday's election null and void. We'll just have to wait and see on all of that. So there you go. That's what's on my list. Of course, there is the NHL playoffs. The Penguins take on the Philadelphia Flyers in Philadelphia tonight for Game 3. 6 o'clock is pregame. 7 o'clock is when the puck drops. You'll be able to catch that right here on WMBS later today. So the Penguins are down 2-0 in a best-of-7 series to advance to the next round. So they have dug themselves a bit of a hole, but it's not insurmountable. We'll see what happens. So, by the way, you know what? I'm going to go back here to that Virginia vote yesterday, by the way, just to kind of tell you a little bit more information here. The yes votes was 51.45%. The no votes, 48.55% of the electorate is how that went. 1,575,271 voted yes on the referendum. 1,486,210 voted no, a difference of 89,061. So, I mean, right there, you look at it, the state was pretty much evenly split as to whether to do it, not to do it. And so a 10-to-1 ratio on your representation in Congress goes against that even representation bit. So wanted to point that out as well. Both lines are open, no waiting. Give me a buzz. I'm looking forward to chatting with you, whether it's one of my topics or if there's something else you want to bring to the airways, that's fine with me, but you still got to give me a call. 724-438-4593.
Caring for an aging parent or a loved one with medical needs? FACT, Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation, can help. Seniors 65 and older ride free on our fixed routes. People with disabilities get discounted shared rides. And if your loved one has medical assistance, their trips to doctors or treatment are covered under the shared ride program. Give them safe, reliable independence and yourself peace of mind. Call 724-628-RIDE or visit factbus.com. FACT, your community, your connection.
Route 21 Furniture, take the road to your perfect home.
Sleep well tonight. Try out a new mattress from Route 21 Furniture with a large selection of mattresses, all sizes and comfort levels, with great prices, free local delivery and setup, and financing options. Route 21 Furniture. Open weekdays 9 to 5, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday noon to 4. 724-737-2222 or Route21Furniture.com.
Route 21 Furniture, take the road to your perfect home.
Warm weather means you'll be spending more time outside. So enjoy your deck or patio with retractable or fixed awnings from Lifetime Awnings. Made in the USA with manufacturer and customers guarantees, Lifetime Awnings products last. Lifetime Awnings is veteran-owned and operated with a 10% discount to all military veterans and their families. Call Lifetime Awnings 724-554-6067 or email John, the owner, at lifetimeawningsusa@gmail.com.
The wait is over. It's time to manja. Manja featuring Delalo is now open at Live Casino. Part market, part cafe, Manja offers fresh, authentic pasta, pizza, hoagies, salads, ice cream, cocktails, and more made with Delalo's finest ingredients. Eat in, grab and go, or take home a taste of Italy from our retail market. Meet you at Manja featuring Delalo. Now open inside Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Bortz Jr.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is Open Conversation. Give me a buzz. I'm looking forward to chatting with you. 724-438-4593. It is a nice day out there, 67 degrees. Supposed to be nice for the next couple days as well. So, yay, huh? Yay. All righty, what else here? Of course, we got the NFL draft tomorrow here in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is hosting that. A lot of festivities going on downtown in the north side. I don't know if you're going. I am not. I'll stay home, and, I might have the TV on a little bit in the background just to maybe find out who when it happens, who the Steelers take in that first round. What are they going for? Are they going for a quarterback? Because, Aaron Rodgers isn't telling them what he's going to do. And you know what? I don't play those games. Yes or no. If you're not going to tell me, then I'll make that decision and move on without you, Mr. Rodgers. So that's my opinion on that. So do they take a quarterback? Do they take somebody for the offensive line or on the defensive side? It's really, let's face it, it's a crapshoot. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose on the players you take. Sometimes you're surprised, disappointed. They're all there. Of course, all of those, the initial emotions are, hey, we got the guy we wanted. We're thrilled to welcome him into the Steeler family. All those platitudes. The negatives, you really don't start finding out until after they've been on the team for a year or two, and whether they're playing up to expectations. Were they worth the draft position in which they were taken? So are you going? Are you just going to stay home in your easy chair where you've got easy access to your bathroom and the kitchen and watch what unfolds starting tomorrow in Pittsburgh? So there's that. Of course, I mentioned the Penguins. They're down 2-0. Pirates play the Rangers. Should be playing tonight, too, but it doesn't look like, as I'm looking at the list here, doesn't look like we're carrying. I take that back. Are we playing them? I don't know. I don't think so. Looks like we've got high school baseball this afternoon. So we're not carrying the Pirate game tonight, but we'll have the Penguin game. So there you go on that one. All right, what else you want to chat about out there? It is again spring. What are your chores for the spring? Getting the yard ready, getting a boat ready, whatever it may be. Are you well on your way? Is it already done, or do you still have to get to it? So you got that. We've got local elections coming up. You know what? I need to go double check as to when the primary is. I know it's in May. I can't tell you what the exact date is right now. So I'll have to look that up. So we've got on the state level, Governor Shapiro is running for re-election. And I'm pretty sure he's just unopposed. There's nobody on the Democrat side going against him. On the Republican side, excuse me, Stacey Garrity is unopposed, I do believe, on the Republican ticket for governor too. So, the governor race is kind of a foregone conclusion in that regards. We do have our local U.S. congressmen are up for re-election. So in this area, it's Guy Reschenthaler. And he does have a challenger in the general election, a Democrat. I believe he's unopposed in the primaries. So local, we have our own state senator, in Harrisburg, is up for re-election, and does have a primary opponent in that one. As far as our members of the General Assembly, I believe I believe both of them are unopposed in the primary. So there's some other races too, I think, but I guess the other races would be the election of committee people to the local major parties, the Fayette County Democratic Committee and the Fayette County Republican Committee. So open seats for those committee people are also on the ballot this primary. So that's what you got coming up local-wise. So any concerns that you might have for those elections coming up? All right. What else you got going? I don't think there's, I don't think this is, and I may be wrong, but I don't think there's school boards. There might be a couple of municipal elections here and there. Not quite sure on that. So, but a mixed bag as far as what's on the ballot this May. And on the next break, I'll verify that actual date so you can get that going. All right. So there. Okay. What else we can, chat about? Sky's the limit, really. Well, we can talk just about pretty much on anything out there. I know this is going to sound like it's coming out of left field, because I've never really brought this one up before. We have a couple animal shelters in the area, and I occasionally go online just to see what's available, and our family has made use of animal shelters as far as finding new pets. So are you open to a rehoming a older pet, a forgotten pet, whatever, bringing them into your home, or a mutt, or do you prefer a pedigree on that? Like I said, it just came out of nowhere. And why? What is your reasoning for doing that? My family, we've gone both ways as far as a shelter pet and a pedigree. Sebastian is a pedigree right now. Well, just not right now, but will always be. He's a golden retriever. You know, I've had a purebred Bernese Mountain, but Hannah, before the Bernese Kingsley, Hannah was a mutt and one of the best dogs I've ever had in my entire life. She was truly special. And quite frankly, you know what? All of my pets have been special in their own ways. Cats, same thing. We've had purebreds and we've had, I don't know, do you call cats mutts? I don't know. I don't know what the term is for a mixed breed cat. So I don't know. But there you go. We've had purebreds. We've had, you know, mixed breed cats. So what's your preference? Or does it, I mean, and what do you look at when you choose a pet? So I'm just curious what you got, what your opinions are on all of that. So, all righty, 724-438-4593. Both lines are open, and I want to hear from you. You know, what is on your mind? Also, you know, local schools, they've got about a month left to go. And then summer vacation hits. Do you think school years should be lengthened and to the point where it's a year-round school? And, you know, I think year-round school kind of has a little misnomer to it there. You know, I think a lot of people, they hear the term year-round school, and you're going 52 weeks a year. You know, it's constant. And a lot of times, that's really not the case. That, you know, you still have your grading periods. And maybe instead of a 9-week grading period, you're going to an 11-week grading period, and you still have 4. And then in between the grading periods, you get a couple weeks off, and then you're back at it again. And the argument for that is the students are better able to retain the information that over that 2-week period that they can then carry from one term to the next term, as opposed to being off for 3 months in the summertime. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? Yeah, you know, or, you know, instead of a 9-week, okay, go 10 weeks. So now you have about 3 weeks in between your semesters, your grading periods. So do you like the idea of going to a year-round type of schedule? Or should it stay just the same? Or have you just not given it a lot of thought? I don't know the stats on it. I don't. One would assume, I would assume that you see better grades, better scores on tests by going to a year round. I might be completely wrong on that. So I guess it comes down to what are the benefits and what are the drawbacks of going to a system that I just talked about, where you go for, 10 weeks, and you'd still have your holiday vacations in there. You know, you'd still get off for Martin Luther King Day. You'd get off for Juneteenth and Christmas and Easter and Labor Day, Memorial Day, Veterans Day. You'd still get those holidays, and you'd still get the same time off as you would in the summer. It's just not a 3 solid months of that. So what are the drawbacks? What are the advantages of go? I want to hear from you, especially parents that are out there still. Would it, and I'm also thinking for parents that work, would it be easier if going to a year-round thing where I mentioned you've got 2 to 3 weeks off in between 9 weeks period? Would it be easier to arrange child care for a 2-week to 3-week intermission as to a 3-month summer vacation? Especially, if you're working. If you're a working household, both mom and dad work, or if it's a one-parent household who has to work, would it be easier for you, or more difficult? So give me a buzz, would you? 724-438-4593. We're going to take a quick little break. When we call back, well, both lines are open, so no waiting, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you right after this.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
Is your lawn getting shaggy? Weeds taking over? Maybe it's time for a full yard cleanup or fresh mulch and clean, crisp edges to bring your landscape back to life. Whatever your lawn needs, Z's Ground Control has you covered. They do it right the first time. Call 724-366-9150 today for your free estimate. Z's Ground Control. You grow it, we mow it. When you need notary services, trust the best. Sandy Howell Notary Services, back-to-back gold medal winner for Best Notary in Fayette County. They're here for you with extended hours to fit your schedule. Sandy Howell's also the 2025 gold medal winner for Best Title Company. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8:30, and Saturdays, 9 to 5. Call 724-564-8955 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services, where excellence is signed and sealed.
Bright Stripe, Fayette County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
April savings are in full bloom at Economy Furnace Company, bringing unbeatable deals on comfort and efficiency. For a limited time, enjoy $500 off a new air conditioning installation or save $1,000 on a complete heating and cooling system upgrade. Keep existing equipment running strong with a discounted $99 tune-up designed to boost performance and extend system life before the summer heat arrives. Economy Furnace Company proudly partners with Amana, a trusted name in American-made HVAC systems known for reliability, innovation, and long-lasting quality. Whether upgrading or maintaining current equipment, these April offers make it more affordable to stay comfortable all year long. Backed by expert installation, trusted service, and exceptional value, Economy Furnace Company is committed to keeping homes cool, efficient, and worry-free. Don't miss these limited-time savings. Call Economy Furnace Company at 724-438-4575. Comfort and quality have never been a better deal.
For economy, price, and quality service, call Economy Furnace.
It's spring, and everything is growing, and Madewell Services is here to help. They offer full lawn care service, including spring cleanups, mulching, landscaping and planting, weekly grass cutting, power washing, and more. Madewell Services also provides professional cleaning services for your home or office, moving in or out service, party cleanups, weekly cleanings, and junk removal. Licensed and insured for peace of mind. Call Madewell Services today at 724-912-1805. That's 724-912-1805 for a free estimate.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is open conversation today, and both lines are open, so give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. Okay, Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman is blasting his own party again. The War Powers Act that allows a president to go 60 days with hostilities before getting congressional approval again, is about to expire. And so the senator is blasting his fellow Democrats for allowing this to possibly expire. He says, how can you? Could you not understand who the real enemy is? I mean, he is in favor of what's taking place. John Fetterman is in favor of what Donald Trump is doing in his fight with Iran. So having said that, a recent straw poll, if you will, of Pennsylvania elected Democrats on the Hill, when asked if if John Fetterman should run for a re-election or whether he would have their support, drew no answers. Nobody came out. None of the Pennsylvania Democrats down in Washington came out and said, absolutely, he's got my support. None of them, not a single one. They all diverted from the question. They deflected. So, I'm worried about, I'm working on my own reelection right now. I don't have time to worry about somebody else's reelection in another 2 years. This is my time here. So everybody deflected. And polls in Pennsylvania of Democrats show that Senator Fetterman should have and probably will have be primaried. So what are your thoughts on this? Have politics gotten so partisan that compromise is now non-existent? Or is it all because of who the president is? If it had been John Fetterman talking about, we'll say George Bush, would this not be an issue? But since he's talking about Donald Trump, is that the reason it's the issue? Is politics being driven strictly by who is in the White House right now? And it's blurring visions. It's blurring common sense. It's pushing aside any type of unity. If it's Donald Trump, it's got to be bad. Is that where we are right now in politics? And are we going to be able to bounce back? what happens if in 2.5 years that the Republican candidate, whoever it may be for president, whether it's the current vice president, whether it's somebody else, Marco Rubio has been mentioned, there's others. What happens? Does that change it? Or is it just because it's now going to be a Republican in the White House again? I don't know. What are your thoughts? And who, in your opinion, is the best Democrat currently out there, currently in the news, that is best to challenge in 2028? Is it Kamala Harris? Is it Gavin Newsom? Is there somebody? Is it J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois? Who is it? By the way, I don't know if you saw this or not, and not that it's against the law, but it's hinky. Reports out that Governor Newsom of California, he had a biography come out recently. Well, it turns out his campaign bought about 65,000 copies of his biography. And it's those sales that vaulted his biography onto the New York Times bestseller list. So not that it's illegal, but it's a little hinky, don't you think? But we can continue talking this next hour because CBS News is up next, followed by The Local with TJ. This is WMBS Uniontown at the Tone. It's going to be 2 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Iran renews attacks in the Strait of Hormuz, targeting at least 3 ships. Iran's parliament speaker says that the Islamic Republic will not reopen the strait as long as the U.S. naval blockade remains in place, calling it a blatant violation of the ceasefire. The latest strikes come after President Trump's indefinite ceasefire extension. CBS's Aaron Navarro.
Publicly, the reason for extending the ceasefire, President Trump cites the request from the mediators in Pakistan who helped broker those last direct talks between the U.S. and Iran earlier this month that Vice President Vance attended. And the president also pointed to fractures in Iran's leadership, saying that they have not set a unified proposal.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is urging his Republican colleagues to support the Iran War Powers Resolution. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
Schumer says Republicans in limiting presidential war powers would be helping out President Trump.
This war of choice that doesn't have goals, that has made things worse on the Strait of Hormuz, on the militancy of the Iranian leadership every day. And he's digging himself deeper and deeper in a hole.
Schumer called it a mistake not to end the war as soon as possible and pointed to President Trump's declining approval ratings.
Congressman David Scott, a Georgia Democrat seeking his 13th term in Congress, has died at age 80. CBS's Torian Small reports from Capitol Hill.
This is a significant blow to the Democratic conference here. Scott served as the first African American to chair the Agriculture Committee. He has been a champion for farmers in his district. And that's something that is certainly reverberating around the halls of Congress.
Federal and D.C. authorities break up an international car theft ring, announcing a 15-count indictment. The FBI says the auto theft ring stole more than 100 cars in less than 1 minute. D.C. U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro.
They are loaded onto shipping containers that are labeled furniture as opposed to cars, because there will not be as much scrutiny.
CBS's Jim Crisula has a look at new information on potential coastal flooding.
Researchers at the University of Alabama, including Wanyun Zun, have published new flood risk maps for the U.S. Gulf and Atlantic coasts as climate change leads to more extreme storms.
We were able to identify 8 cities that are at high flood risk. Those 8 cities are New York, Norfolk, Charleston, Jacksonville, Miami, Mobile, New Orleans, and Houston.
The researchers concluded that New York City and Metro New Orleans are at an especially high risk of severe flooding and related damage. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Stocks are up on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
What is going on?
What's going on here? How is this possible? Great storytelling starts here.
Oh, come on.
Why? It's time for 60 Minutes. Man.
It's gorgeous outside, which means it's time to get to Bittersweet Cafe of Farmington. From their incredible daily lunch specials featuring farm-to-table fresh ingredients to their refreshing drinks, frozen treats, smoothies, and iced tea, Bittersweet Cafe has something for everyone. Enjoy this beautiful spot nestled in the Laurel Highland Mountains, just a few miles outside of Ohiopyle on Farmington, Ohiopyle Road. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
The wait is over. It's time to Manja. Manja featuring Delalo is now open at Live Casino. Part market, part cafe, Manja offers fresh, authentic pasta, pizza, hoagies, salads, ice cream, cocktails, and more made with Delalo's finest ingredients. Eat in, grab and go, or take home a taste of Italy from our retail market. Meet you at Manja featuring Delalo. Now open inside Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
President Trump's media company. Here's CBS's Steve Kathan.
The CEO at Trump Media is out. Former California Congressman Devin Nunes is being replaced by digital media executive Kevin McGurn. No reason was given. Nunes was with the company for 4 years and last year earned $47 million. After soaring shortly before Trump's re-election in November of 2024, stock in the company plunged 67%, wiping out more than $6 billion in investor wealth. The new CEO, McGurn, said in a statement that the company was, quote, poised to take off. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
A robot is so adept at playing table tennis that it's posing a tough challenge to elite human players and sometimes defeating them. That according to a new study in the journal Nature. Its maker, Sony, calls it a milestone for machines. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news. Being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
Good afternoon. It is 2:05. It is mostly sunny and 69 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law studios. Injured call today for your free consultation, 724-437-2799. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano. We'll check sports and weather after the news. Police are searching for a man accused of stabbing another man in Uniontown's Grant Street Park Tuesday. 28-year-old Darian Williams allegedly fled the scene on Fayette Street in a dark blue Jeep Cherokee after the stabbing, which was reported at 6:45 p.m. Police issued an arrest warrant after they did not find him at his residence on Grant Street or his workplace. The victim, Paul Hensley, who lives in the same Grant Street address, or lives at the same Grant Street address, told police the attack occurred while the two were talking in the park. Hensley had not noticed Williams pulling the small silver knife until he was stabbed. Hensley was taken to WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital for further treatment before being transferred to Ruby Memorial Hospital in Morgantown. Williams is charged with attempted homicide, aggravated assault, simple assault, and harassment. Drones will be banned across Pittsburgh in the coming days as the NFL draft gets underway. The FBI's Pittsburgh office says drones will be restricted within 2 nautical miles of draft-related events. The restrictions will begin tomorrow morning, and those caught using a drone will face criminal and civil penalties. Pennsylvania is among the states named to a new report on sexual harassment claims at state capitals. The report says 5 of the 424 claims filed nationwide over the past 12 years came from Pennsylvania. State Representative Abby Major says one of those cases involved a former lawmaker she says sexually assaulted or sexually harassed her. Major says that staffers and others are often afraid to come forward because they fear damage to their careers. Worker satisfaction is plummeting across the country. Daria Albinger has more.
A survey by the New York Federal Reserve shows just 10% of American workers are happy at the current job, but most of them are staying put. You see, they're worried about finding another one. The survey also found workers are pessimistic about pay, benefits, and the opportunity for advancement. In New York, I'm Daria Albinger.
WNBS time, now 2:05. Sports and weather are next.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
When it's sweltering outside, you'll be cool inside with central air conditioning from Bryant, the people that know cool. And it's easy to have a central air conditioning system installed in your home. Simply call on your Bryant dealer, Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, located near the Laurel Mall on Route 119, north of Uniontown. The phone number is 439-2323. Let Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning rescue you from the sticky, humid summer weather. Remember that number for Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, 439-2323.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
In sports, today's the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day on WMBS as we have softball coming your way. Uniontown will visit Laurel Highlands. That'll be on the radio as well as YouTube. And our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame will start things at 3:40 with the first pitch at 4 o'clock. Then tonight it's the Penguins, Game 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs in Philadelphia against the Flyers. The Flyers lead the series 2-0. We'll have the game, pregame will be at 6 with face-off at 7. And the Pirates visit the Texas Rangers tonight. Braxton Ashcraft will go for the Bucks, who are 13-10. First pitch tonight is at 8:05. Mostly sunny, 74 for the rest of the afternoon. Cloudy, a few showers tonight, 54. And partly cloudy tomorrow, a high of 80. Partly cloudy Friday with a high of 81. Right now it is mostly sunny and 69 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law studios at 2:10 on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm TJ DeStefano. And up next, we have hour 2 of What's on Your Mind with Russ Rhodes on WMBS.
The local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
In a busy household, everybody's online at once. Kids streaming, someone working from home, the whole house going full speed. Armstrong Fiber keeps up. Multiple users, multiple screens, 0 slowdowns. This isn't a network built somewhere else and handed off. We engineer it, we install it, and we maintain it right here in our community. Because you're not a ticket number to us. You're a neighbor. Proudly local, fiber-powered. Armstrong, keeping you connected. Visit armstrongfiber.com.
If you are looking for a trusted local law firm with a strong commitment to their clients, look no further than Zebley Law Offices. Attorney Zebley has been practicing law in Fayette County for more than 4 decades. Although specializing in bankruptcy, Zebley also handles real estate matters, civil suits, collections, wills, powers of attorney, and more. If you need legal help, go with a name you recognize and trust. Call Zebley Law Offices today at 724-439-9200.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at garysautosales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Hopefully, your spring cleaning has started, and maybe you've put a fresh coat of paint on the walls or new carpeting on the floors in your living room or family room. Now, take a look at the upholstery pieces in the room. Are they showing signs of wear, or do they simply need replaced from years of use? If they do, you are in luck, as Chesler's Fine Furniture is having a store-wide upholstery sale. Choose from stationary or reclining pieces from Craftmaster, Lancer, King Hickory, Lazy Boy, Best Home Furnishings, and Catnapper. Select from more than 100 suits in stock, or you can special order the style and fabric of your choice. The possibilities are endless with more than 1,000 fabrics to pick from. Pieces start at just $4.99 for a sofa, and all stock suits at Chesler's are available for immediate delivery, or you can lay it away up to 90 days. Credit terms and delivery are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borge Jr.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We're going to continue with the open conversation this hour, 724-438-4593. By the way, the conversation only works if you give me a call, 724-438-4593. I'm looking forward to chatting with you. What's on Your Mind is brought to you by Gary's Auto Sales, Hicks and Ball's Drug Store, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, K2 Engineering, Madewell Services, full lawn care and cleaning services, Bright Stripes, seal coating and line striping, and finally AR Roofing and Remodeling. Okie dokie, let me see the Virginia special election yesterday on a referendum asking if the Virginia General Assembly should amend temporarily the state constitution to allow the legislature to redistrict its 11 members of Congress. Yesterday, it was 6 Democrats to 5 Republicans. With this victory, if you want to call it that, on the referendum, where 51.45% of the electors voted to yes, approve that referendum, and 48.55% voted no, opens the door for possible apportionment of 10 Democrats to 1 Republican. So your thoughts on that? It will be challenged in court. President Trump has extended the ceasefire on Iran for 3 to 5 days. The 2-week ceasefire period was set to expire yesterday. He is at the request of the Pakistan government, who is hosting peace negotiations. They've asked that he hold off on resuming bombing. So President Trump has agreed to do that for 3 to 5 days to allow Iran to, basically get their act together and come to the table with a unified proposal. So in the meantime, Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois, who is opposed to all this, now all of a sudden is saying, well, the president's losing credibility by not following through on his threat. The White House is interested to find out if there's any connection between the disappearance or death of 13 scientists associated with NASA in regards to nuclear science and space research. 13 have either died or gone missing since 2022. Another archaeologist thinks he's found Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat in Turkey. Says some radar images, sonar images indicate a tunnel-like structure under the earth that could be the Ark. And then the Justice Department is the Justice Department has indicted the Southern Poverty Law Center for improperly raising millions of dollars off of its donors to pay members of the KKK, Aryan Nation, and other hate groups for inside information. The Justice Department says they're funding those people that their mission says they are there to, try and prosecute. So your thoughts on that? Also, I'm going to bring this out. I've had this. You might remember the TV series MASH and B.J. Honeycutt, and there was an episode where Hawkeye asked B.J. what B.J. stood for, and B.J.'s response was anything you want it to be. And so the whole episode is Hawkeye trying to find out what B stands for, what J stands for. And it finally boils down to, at the end, BJ finally gives in and tells us this is named after my mother, B. Honeycutt, and my father, J. Honeycutt, so hence BJ. Well, we have somebody here at WMBS, similar situation, TJ, who brings you the news at the top of the hour here. And I can't find out what TJ stands for. So what do you think TJ stands for? So give me a call. Give me your theory as to what TJ stands for. And I seriously doubt it's Thomas Jefferson. It could be, but I doubt it. So give me a call, 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Russ?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
It's Jesse. Hey,
Jesse.
Ain't you tired of talking by now? Nobody's calling in.
Yeah, it's one of it happens every now and then, Jesse. So, you know.
I'm outside, so I'm enjoying the outside anyway.
Well, I hope to be outside in about 45 minutes.
Yeah, but anyway. Hey, you were saying about who the Democrats are going to have running. It really doesn't matter. I don't even know who it would be, but Kamala Harris would be making a big mistake if she runs again.
Would she? Okay.
Hey, Russ, I think she's overqualified for the job.
Overqualified?
Overqualified.
Okay.
But it'd be a waste of time because they're not going to vote for it a second time anyway.
Uh-huh.
And about the Republicans, you're talking about Rubio or J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
It don't matter which one of those. If they run in 2.5 years or so, and one of them might get elected, it wouldn't matter anyway because Trump would control what they say anyway.
That argument can be made all the time. I mean, that argument was made that Barack Obama controlled Joe Biden when he was president.
Yeah, they said that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, Russ, he controlled the Republican Party while he was out of office. While Biden was in, he controlled the party. They had nothing. They couldn't say anything. Mm-hmm. They're afraid for their jobs. And if they elect a president in 2.5 years, if a Republican gets back in, he's just going to control it because he's the puppet master.
Okay. All right.
And they're all the puppets. They're all the puppets. They're afraid to lose their jobs.
But in another 2.5 years, President Trump will no longer be president. He will no longer be the leader of the Republican Party.
He's still going to call the shots, Russ. He's still going to call the shots.
All right. Okay. I hear what you're saying, Jesse. I don't think that's the case.
I do.
Will his advice be sought?
Otherwise.
Probably.
I'll never think otherwise.
Okay. All right.
Hey, I got a good shelter dog here. You're talking about shelter dogs?
Yeah.
Got a good one here. A Beagle and a Jack Russell. Best dog you could imagine. I got him out the shelter out on Route 40.
Yep. Okay.
It was originally picked up for my son to have for his dog as a partner, but while he was at work, where he works as a corrections officer, he was never home.
Okay.
So the dog, the shelter dog here would tear up the furniture while he was gone. So he wanted to get rid of it again. I said, "Oh no." He said, "Will you take it?" I said, "Yes." So I've had it for years now. It's the best dog you could ever have.
Well, good.
Beagle Jack Russell.
Yeah.
Hey, before you go, maybe somebody else is going to call, but before you go, I got a good idea for a new show for WMBS.
All right.
Okay, run this by Brian. Okay. Here it is. It's called The Fred Show. Okay.
Okay.
With co-host Russ Rhodes.
Oh, you think, huh?
What do you think, Russ?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have a good day, buddy.
All right. Thanks, Jesse. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Hello. Welcome to What's on Your Mind.
I want to apologize, Russ. You need to put me in the bad box in school. I was a bad girl last week. I got distracted.
Yeah?
I was in a different location.
I'm sorry, what?
I was in a different location. Okay?
Yeah?
And actually in front of a hospital because somebody needed a backup in case they needed to, come from the hospital with a driver.
Yeah.
And so I started seeing people I knew, and people were saying hi. I was sitting in front of it, and I'm like, oh, no, they'll never let me call in again. So I'm really sorry. I'm not used to getting that much attention.
That's okay. Is this Regina?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
I'm out of the corner of the room, right?
It happens to everybody every now and then.
Well, it's a discipline, and I should have never done that. And, you did the right thing. You have to focus when you're on the radio, and I should have done that too. So I'm really sorry.
Well, thank you.
Hey,
appreciate it.
Now, what I was trying to call in, but then I want to do this first, because I don't know if you covered this, and I don't know if you exactly asked this question or not, because things go so fast. But this is what I got from our Leader Times, Armstrong County.
Okay.
May 4th will be the last day to register to vote in the primary election.
Okay, thank you.
May 4th is what? 1, 2, 3?
Is Monday, week and a half away. It's a Monday.
Okay. May 12th will be the last day to apply for mail-in ballot. On Election Day, which is May 19th, is the primary election.
Gotcha, thank you.
That's 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we got through that. Now, when you bring up California, okay, tell me this, Russ Rhodes.
Yeah.
If California was doing so well with this, make sure that these children, remember, I went to school, and we went back from school after a nice vacation and refreshment, time to go to church camp, time to go to swimming. Your parents weren't all over the place. We got refreshed, and we went back to school for 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
And in California, they do what you're saying. Now, I haven't heard any highlighting reports about how great the achievement is in California, but it's a convenience for people that think whatever they think about what they think. And I'm not going to make judgments about people, but we don't need to lower the standards to have all year school. I don't agree with that. I don't think that improves the achievement score.
How would I guess, Virginia, you're going to have to explain a little bit how the term lowering the standards comes into play in this conversation?
Well, because to me, the lowered standard is the children, as one said to me one time, they're kind of like pets now. You leave them here and you leave them there. You know, well, that wasn't the way I was raised. My mother was at home and she was doing whatever she needed to do. We didn't have a lot of money, but that doesn't mean she didn't find a way to get me to the band concert or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I have a real hard time trying to relate to, we have to make conveniences for everybody that whatever, okay? And that's why I have to watch the judgment kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but I'm tired of being stepped on my toes.
Well,
anyway.
So I guess what I was thinking and when I brought this all up is not so much whether it makes it easier for the parents to find child care, if you were, but is to keep the continuation of education. So you don't have that 3 months where you have let's face it, as school's coming to an end, how much do you really retain from that last month of school? Because you've already got your sights set on the 3 months of summer coming up. So where I'm going with this is, if you're only going to be out of school for 2 to 3 weeks in between each term, you're going to be, theoretically anyway, that student is going to be going to be more involved with that 9 weeks and retain that information over 2 to 3 weeks a lot better than over a 3-month period.
Okay, but you have to keep in mind it's an obligation of the parents to maybe save some money to send that child to maybe a Indiana University of Pennsylvania where they're having a program on science or something that, instead of going to the gambling clinic or buying beer or something. I'm sorry, but, like the children should be their main focus. And there are programs. Carnegie Science Center had things when I was growing up. My aunt paid for that, made sure I got to that. Reading programs. I took a reading comprehension, reading speed reading course in the summer through the school, which I don't remember how I exactly got there. Maybe it was a bus or whatever. I don't remember. But the point was, I remember I've walked to my high school, before. I would do that with my French horn and stuff.
Yeah.
But the point is that there was an access to be able to also restore your education through that summer, and even going on vacations and things. All I'm saying is if the achievement scores went up so high in California, where they are doing it, then they could give me some, recommendations or something. But I don't see any of that either. Can I bring up a couple other things?
Sure.
I'm sorry. I know it's okay. Okay, now the other thing you were talking about with the, whatever happened in Virginia, I understand there's supposed to be some lawsuits, and I understand that there was a big, they put up Trump's picture and said that he wants this, which is that was like an AI regenerated, lie, that he wanted this redistricting, and now there's going to be lawsuits. So I'm going to continue like I do, pray that the lawsuits will work, because we have Pennsylvania where, this is what I wanted to bring in last week, and I got distracted. 295,000 taxpayer-funded settlement for one of Shapiro's cabinet members for sexual harassment, and it was taxpayer-funded. Okay, and so that's what Shapiro gives us. This is a very important primary election.
Yes.
Stacey Garrity, this is Leader Times, Thursday, 4/14/26. Require all. Okay, the state treasurer and GOP gubernatorial candidate told reporters that there are 3 reforms the administration could make in Pennsylvania's executive branch. Require all agencies to preserve evidence, launching independent investigations into all sexual harassment investigations. And talking to my more local person that's involved with the state senator here, I was told, trying to explain it further, I believe she was saying that they wanted to have an outside counsel an outside or that's also involved in the process. So there isn't this whole thing of like, we can't say anything, like that other guy says their mouth shut or whatever, because they don't want to tell on anybody. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do outside influence in that process. That was for, like, that's not the end of the story, Regina. She's not just going to just get rid of, because she said she is going to ban taxpayer-funded settlements for sexual harassment cases in the executive branch. So I really think that this 53.26 billion 2026-27 budget proposal is really unbelievable, and that's why I get real, little bit apprehensive when people say, well, why don't they just sit down in the room? The House Democrats, which are in the majority now in the state house, have voted for his stinking budget. And it's got the teachers' unions rolled all over it. That's not me or you, unless that was your former whatever, or maybe, but you could be a teacher and not even support the candidates that the teachers' union supports, but takes it out of your paycheck. So I really seeing how they're setting up the state Senate again to look like they're the bad guys. And I really have a hard time with accepting that. Then if we can get Stacey Garrett in there, we could have a winner on our side for a change.
Yeah.
Because Shapiro, now, the last thing I read, I don't have a lot of notes on the budget right now because you know how that is. There's a lot to scan. And, but one of the things that I remember about, I can't remember right now. There's something I can't remember. I'll have to maybe come another day because it was something about, I don't know. But you know how that is.
Yeah, I hear you. All righty.
Thank you so much for listening. At least we got a few things straightened out, and may God be glorified. And let's keep our eyes on the ball because there's a lot of influences that want to just wreck us.
Hey, Regina, thanks for the primary information. I appreciate it.
Okay, here's one little note for you. 53.2 billion price tag increases spending by 6.3%. His budget will spend $4.5 billion more than the state takes in. The Independent Fiscal Office projects a structural deficit will increase from $4.8 billion to $6 billion by the end of next fiscal year. This is from American Family Association doing their homework.
And by the way, the General Assembly voted on the budget last week, and the General Assembly passed it all on party lines. So not,
well, I understand. I believe there were maybe two Republicans who sold out on this. That's why we have to know the candidate and how they vote.
Right.
But we still have a state Senate that's going to have to fight the battle. And
they will. And they will. So,
well, they will, but it's hard to win with such a force of like me.
The budget that passed in the House is not going to be the final budget. I can guarantee that. Because the Senate will vote no. The Senate will vote no, and that's when they'll go into negotiations. But, hey, Regina, I really got to run here, but thanks for your call.
Thanks again for the time. God bless.
Hey, this is What's on Your Mind, WMBS Uniontown. It is open conversation, 724-438-4593. Both lines are open. We'll take a little break and get back to the calls right after this.
Wind, hail, sudden leaks. When your roof takes a beating, we're here for you at AR Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
April savings are in full bloom at Economy Furnace Company, bringing unbeatable deals on comfort and efficiency. For a limited time, enjoy $500 off a new air conditioning installation or save $1,000 on a complete heating and cooling system upgrade. Keep existing equipment running strong with a discounted $99 tune-up designed to boost performance and extend system life before the summer heat arrives. Economy Furnace Company proudly partners with Amana, a trusted name in American-made HVAC systems known for reliability, innovation, and long-lasting quality. Whether upgrading or maintaining current equipment, these April offers make it more affordable to stay comfortable all year long. Backed by expert installation, trusted service, and exceptional value, Economy Furnace Company is committed to keeping homes cool, efficient, and worry-free. Don't miss these limited time savings. Call Economy Furnace Company at 724-438-4575. Comfort and quality have never been a better deal.
For economy, price, and quality service, call Economy Furnace.
Uniontown Liquidation Outlet wants to thank you for borrowing our special pay at 2025. Come shop with us for the lowest prices around. We have toys, home goods, tools, electronics, and much more. We offer layaway, so stop in today and ask us how it works. We are located inside the Uniontown Mall.
The Uniontown Liquidation Outlet. Visit us on Facebook, Uniontown Liquidation Outlet.
Hope to see you soon.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Having Hicks & Baugh's drugstore in Uniontown means reliable, quality, and friendly service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller are ready to answer your health questions and handle all your prescriptions. They offer free delivery, mail-out service, and accept all utility payments, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Visit Hicks & Baugh's at 304 Morgantown Street in Uniontown or call 724-437-2828. Open Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday until 3.
Experiencing symptoms of COPD? Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale has been selected to conduct a clinical research study, and participants are needed. All study-related care will be provided at no cost, and no health insurance is required. Compensation up to $2,200 for qualified participants for time and travel. To learn more, call Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281. That's Frontier Clinical Research in Scottsdale at 724-220-5281.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. Open conversation today, 724-438-4593. What does TJ stand for? In, TJ Stefano, our news guy here. It brings you the news during What's on Your Mind. What's TJ stand for? I don't know. You tell me. What do you think it stands for? We'll have a little fun with this. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out, right? So give me a call, 724-438-4593. Yeah, I want to thank Regina again for the primary information. So, May 4th. So about 10 days from now, roughly, is the last date to register to vote in this election, in the primary election. So if you're not registered, if you've never registered, you want to get involved and you want to be able to vote in this election, well, May 4th is your last day to do so. If you've just moved into the area and need to register, you have till then. If you have moved from one address to another one, you really need to let the Election Bureau know that you've moved so that you can vote at the proper precinct. So May 12th is the last day to apply for a mail-in ballot. And then the 19th of May is primary day, election day. So, and the polls will open at 7 in the morning. So there you go. That's the election information for you here. So as things get a little bit closer, though, I'll get hold of a ballot and let you kind of go through the list and let you know everybody who's on that ballot. So but that is coming. It always seems like it's election season, isn't it? Always election season. So, all righty, okay. And it's of course this is leading up. The primaries is leading up to the midterm elections, where 1/3 of the Senate in Washington D.C. is up for re-election, and the entire House of Representatives is up for re-election. The Republicans currently control both houses. The House of Representatives, though, is very narrow, very narrow. It's roughly, and it's always changing because you just had a resignation down in Florida. You had a special election in New Jersey. So the Democrats, they gained one and they lost one. It has changed. You've had a Republican member of Congress resign down in Texas. I don't know that that seat's been filled yet or not. We have the possibility of another Republican seat resigning here shortly down in Florida. So I don't know when all of that is going to come about on special elections, I'm sure. So the House, but right now the pundits are saying, in the off-year presidential election, so this midterm would be, it's always rough on the sitting president. That one of the chambers always seems to flip, if not both of them. And so with the narrow majority that the Republicans have in the House right now, everybody seems to think that the Democrats are going to regain control in the House of Representatives. That there's a possibility in the Senate, but not as likely that the numbers actually favor the Republicans when it comes to the Senate races. So we'll see what happens, how this all boils out come the November general elections. We'll see if the Democrats actually take control. Will the Republicans maintain a slim control? Will the Republicans actually increase their majority in the House come November? So I think a lot of that is going to depend on how this war with Iran ends. And if and when it does, and I expect it will be sooner rather than later, that's my own personal thoughts, how quickly gas prices will come back down again. So I think there's still a lot of fluidity in what's going on before we get to the elections. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Yes, Russ. How are you this afternoon?
Good. Yourself, James?
Good. Couple things before I get into what I want to talk about. There's so much going on in the world here,
not
Russ.
too long because I do have another caller on line too.
Okay. Well, we have the companies wanting their money back from the tariffs. That's going to take 5 years to get.
And the administration, by the way, the Treasury Department, I don't know if you saw this, just announced a new portal for companies to apply to get their money back. So that process is starting.
Right, it is, but it's going to be strung out. It's going to take years for them to get their money back. Well, I'll get into this. There's so many people that I have heard talking about, just yesterday that, in Virginia, you have these people that are talking about praying for this and praying for that, and we need to be a, Christian nation. And you look at Christian nationalism, and Russ, I have investigated this. This exists, and this exists in this administration and in this White House. You have Pete Hegseth that brings a guy out by the name of Doug Wilson, and Doug Wilson is a Christian nationalist, and you have people like Paula White and everybody else behind Trump.
Before we go any further, James, define Christian nationalist for us.
Well, okay, they're believing this is what the whole state is. You can look it up, Russ. Anybody listening can look this up in their beliefs. Their beliefs are that certain people should be entitled to certain things. They're pushing that a white male should be the leader. Case in point, this Doug Wilson has had no problem saying that women should not have the right to vote. Also, he goes in, and I'm a conservative, but he goes in and also says that anybody that LGBTQ homosexual lifestyle should be, a crime and should be put behind bars. If you're going by that, I know a lot of people that are MAGA, that are swingers and have open marriages. If you're going to go by that, I don't agree with any of that. So, but this is a mindset that these, and when you look into it, it is something that they look about a certain person, a certain like the middle class, the lower class. They feel that they should be the upper class. They feel that the money they make should not go for the poor or any programs. They feel that if we have to take this back by force, we will. That there shouldn't be any refugees, that there shouldn't be any immigration. This is their thoughts. You can look it up. Anybody can. And I sat there the other day, and President Trump says he is proud that there's more people that have left the country that have come into the country. And there's only 1,700 people that he allowed in from South Africa, and he made it a point to say that they are white South Africans. So we can say whatever we want to say, but this is true. And President Trump sat there, Russ, with Charlie Kirk in 2024, the Turning Point, and he told him, he says, I love you, Christians. You can look this up. I love you, Christians. I'm not one, but I love you. Because he knows that he can dupe them, get their vote, take their money. And then at Charlie Kirk's memorial, where these people were in this auditorium filled, Russ, worshiping God, mentioning Christ, praying. When he's there, he comes up, he speaks, he says that he hates Joe Biden, hates the Democrats. He wants to destroy them. He says this twice in his speech. And what happens is bone-chilling. These people in that congregation clapped, cheered, and laughed. And that shows me that this is Christian nationalism. This is what these people believe. And even if you remember back, Russ, with Melanie Llewellyn that called in, she asked you, she says, well, what do you believe in the separation of church and state? See, these people believe that if they're a good little Christian and if they're a patriot, we can do this because in our words, in our minds, we're making the country great again. We're making it better. In reality, they're not accepting others. They're not loving people. There's no compassion. You taught your daughter to love and have compassion to people. There is none with these individuals. It's just a total shame, and it upsets you because what's going on is they're hijacking this and promoting this hatred towards people and exclusion. And the gospel was never meant to exclude. It was meant to include. And it's sad because over there in Israel right now, we are giving money and we're giving bulldozers. And they're over there in Lebanon going into 2 cities that are Shiite, but they're also going into 3 cities that have Catholic and Christian backgrounds. And they will go in, blow all the buildings up, and level it. And no one will say a word. Okay. You'll have no one stand up or say a word about this. There's more Christians in Iran now, over 1 million, in Lebanon, in Egypt, in Syria, and people won't say a thing. We just keep giving money and giving bulldozers.
All right.
It's totally a shame. Thanks, Russ.
All right, James, got to run. Thanks for your call. 724-438-4593. We'll be right back after these messages, and we'll take some more calls. By the way, both lines are now open, so give me a buzz.
The wait is over. It's time to manja. Manja featuring Delalo is now open at Live Casino. Part market, part cafe, Manja offers fresh, authentic pasta, pizza, hoagies, salads, ice cream, cocktails, and more made with Delalo's finest ingredients. Eat in, grab and go, or take home a taste of Italy from our retail market. Meet you at Manja featuring Delalo. Now open inside Live Casino, Route 30 at Westmoreland Mall. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The weather's warming up, and those big outdoor projects are calling. So, who are you going to call? Well, no. How about you call 3P Excavating and Plumbing of Smithfield? From French drains and septic systems to site prep for homes and buildings, plus driveway and utility line clearing, 3P's does it all. Get your property ready the right way. Call 3P Excavating and Plumbing today at 724-880-5215 or find them on Facebook. It's spring and everything is growing, and Madewell Services is here to help. They offer full lawn care service, including spring cleanups, mulching, landscaping and planting, weekly grass cutting, power washing, and more. Madewell Services also provides professional cleaning services for your home or office, moving in or out service, party cleanups, weekly cleanings, and junk removal. Licensed and insured for peace of mind. Call Madewell Services today at 724-912-1805. That's 724-912-1805 for a free estimate.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
When you need notary services, trust the best. Sandy Howell Notary Services, back-to-back gold medal winner for Best Notary in Fayette County. They're here for you with extended hours to fit your schedule. Sandy Howell's also the 2025 gold medal winner for Best Title Company. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8:30, and Saturdays, 9 to 5. Call 724-564-8955 today for Sandy Howell Notary Services, where excellence is signed and sealed.
Hopefully, your spring cleaning has started, and maybe you've put a fresh coat of paint on the walls or new carpeting on the floors in your living room or family room. Now, take a look at the upholstery pieces in the room. Are they showing signs of wear, or do they simply need replaced from years of use? If they do, you are in luck, as Chesler's Fine Furniture is having a store-wide upholstery sale. Choose from stationary or reclining pieces from Craftmaster, Lancer, King Hickory, Lazy Boy, Best Home Furnishings, and Catnapper. Select from more than 100 suits in stock, or you can special order the style and fabric of your choice. The possibilities are endless with more than 1,000 fabrics to pick from. Pieces start at just $4.99 for a sofa, and all stock suits at Chesler's are available for immediate delivery, or you can lay it away up to 90 days. Credit terms and delivery are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. We've got about 4 minutes left in today's show. One line's open, 724-438-4593. That means we have a caller on line one. Hello, welcome to the show.
Well, Russ, I have good news for you and bad news.
Okay, Franklin.
The good news is you've got a new sponsor.
Yeah?
The bad news is it's the Audubon Society, and they want the Russ and Fred show. I didn't know how you'd take that.
Okay, do you mean, when you say Audubon, do you mean like the highway that's in Germany? And so, therefore, there's a lot of beeping that takes place?
Well, no, I meant the birds. The bird
Okay,
watchers.
that
Not
Audubon.
the,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The,
Well, a lot of tweeting then.
yes,
Yeah,
a lot of
a lot of
tweeting.
chirping.
Chirping, tweeting, whistling, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Possibly nesting.
Uh-huh.
You know, it could be a permanent thing. You never know.
That maybe. Yeah. Okay.
But I wanted to actually ask you if you could, for your next show, do a deep dive into this business of disappearing scientists in the United States with clearances.
Mm-hmm.
It is a strange thing. I heard about this for months, and I just passed it off as one of those things that, you know, sweeps the internet that's just, you know, sort of another conspiracy theory. But apparently since about 2022, 11 scientists with high-level clearances, mostly in the aeronautics areas, physics, nuclear physics, have died or disappeared under very odd circumstances.
Yes, and another one just recently whose Tesla crashed into a guide rail and burst into flames.
How about that?
So, yes.
And it's all very strange, and they're distributed across the country from the northeast to the southwest.
Yep.
There's a couple clusters in New Mexico and California, but there doesn't seem to be a pattern, and it's now going to be an FBI investigation.
Yeah.
This is not just a wackaloo conspiracy theory. This is something that the government is going to take seriously.
Sure, absolutely. So, and I guess, from what I've read, most of the deaths, we don't have a cause of death on them. We don't know how they died. And a lot of those that disappeared, kind of the same MO, where they went for a walk, leaving their cell phone and their car keys behind, never to be seen from again.
In some cases, walking with friends and, just separated by a little bit of distance and gone.
Yeah.
Very, very strange. So
it must be aliens that beamed them up to their aircraft.
Well, I don't know. It's just bizarre. And
Yes,
I was hoping you could do some more research into it and, bring us the facts there.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much we can get out of what we just talked about, but we'll see what we can find out anyway.
Well, put your head together with those bird watchers.
There you go. That might
You
do it.
never know what they've
That's
seen.
true. I mean, they've got a different perspective on life, so maybe they've got
Some
an
of
idea.
them do.
Yes.
Some of them do. All right. I'll talk to you again.
Hey, Franklin, thanks for your call. Appreciate it.
Very good, Russ.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, guess what? That just about does it for today's show. I want to thank you for the calls. We'll do it again next week as I'm done. Remember, we have Penguin hockey tonight. Pirates are playing at the same time, but we're bringing you the Penguins at 10. 6 pregame, 7 and the puck drops, so go Pens. This is WMBS Uniontown. CBS News is next. It is 3 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Authorities say 2 people are dead and 19 more have been taken to the hospital after a chemical spill at a West Virginia plant. Kanawha County Commission President Ben Salango.
At this time, it is believed that a chemical reaction occurred during that cleaning process that created hydrogen sulfide.
The leak occurred at the Catalyst Refiners plant, a silver recovery business. Wildfires are roaring through the nation's southeast, forcing evacuations and consuming homes. CBS's Allison Keyes.
Much of south and central Georgia is under a burn ban as it deals with both drought and wildfires. In Brantley County, more Rhodes